Good morning everybody, Nick from Meat Smoke Fire here. It was sunny. It was for about 3 minutes. Other than that, it has been absolutely lashing it down. So we've got the umbrella up, we've got the cap on in case, we've got the rain jacket on. It'll be what it'll be. We'll still continue until the technology fails. I think that's what happened last time. It really rained hard, but an hour ago it was sheeting it down. Anyway, as promised today, Thai week. You all wanted Thai, so we're going to do 3 different Thai dishes. And they're quite complex. Well, not complex, quite simple, but quite a lot to put in. There's 3 dishes, there's 3 sauces, so that's sort of 6 things you've got to cook. So we really need to get cracking on with it. So first of all, it is still cold out here. Helena's here, wrapped up with her gloves on, probably still covered in chocolate spread. Yeah, disgusted. She's got my hat on. Oh no, it's not. It's her hat. Anyway, so yeah. So Helena is on camera. Andrea isn't on today, taking down questions. So can you send, if we don't read them out while we're doing this, it doesn't save all the text that you put in, so I never get to see that. So just DM me afterwards. So yeah, that's where we're at. So 3 dishes. We're going to do some Thai fish cakes. And I've modded the recipe a little bit since I did them in the week to get them a bit slightly different texture. We're going to do those with a sweet chili dipping sauce, which we're going to make. So that's our first sauce. We are going to do some satay, pork satay. So I've been marinating some pork, and then we're going to make a satay sauce to go with it. And we're going to grill the satay sticks as well. So those 2 dishes there, 2 dishes on the first one, and the third is a pad thai, which also needs a sauce. So we'll do the pad thai last because we want the 2 starters first, and we'll just see how it goes. How's that? So who's on? Who's
Karen,
got a hangover?
Barbecue Medic, Migraine Weber.
Morning, everybody.
Samantha, Sammy the Chamois.
Sammy, good on you, Sammy.
Sue Stoneham's just joined.
Morning, Sue. She's got to cook this afternoon, so do look her up. I think it's this afternoon. So yeah, look up Sue. Does some cracking cooks as well. All on the Kamado Joe. So no, just kidding. So yeah, right, we're going to crack on. So I've got all the ingredients over here. So it's
and Norman's joined us for the first time.
Morning, Norman. So Norman came on one of our cooking classes probably 1.5 years ago. It must be now, and was totally unaware that we were doing these. So, and by the way, we should have more bubbles today. This is the 40th cook, 40th week of lockdown, 40th cook. So right, so first cook. We are going to use fabulous Tefal Ingenio pans, lots of sugar. This is a sweet chili dipping sauce. That is a lot of sugar. So we're going in with sugar. We're going in with white wine vinegar into the pan. We're putting in about 3 tablespoons of water to help this. I'm just going to mix it up and we'll get this straight on the egg. So it's just sugar, water and so on. And then into that I have 1 big red chili and 1 bird's eye chili, 3 cloves of garlic and half a teaspoon of salt. So we'll get all of that in there and get that warming through. So I might just stir that up a bit. Now on this egg, we're going to use this for sauces. It's about 200 degrees, 180 degrees, and I've got it set up with the expander system, cast iron grid and the cast iron plancher, and that is because we're going to do the satay on that a bit later on, but for now it'll work perfectly for that sauce. So that is the sweet chili sauce. We want to boil it up and then let it reduce a bit, and then we'll pour it into something and it will get a little bit sticky. Helena's looking really...
Did you bring a panhandle out?
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes. Or not. Anyway, we'll work that bit out.
Mm.
Yeah, might have forgotten my panhandle. Anyway,
awesome.
I'm sure I did.
I
Thanks
think
for that.
it's sitting on the kitchen table.
Right. The next sauce is our satay sauce. So, in the week, you may have seen I made some red Thai curry paste. So in that, there's all sorts of Thai ingredients. So, lovely dried Thai red chilies, Thai shallots, Ignore the bananas, we'll come back to those. Some galangal, some lemongrass, the rind off a kaffir lime, and then obviously more chilies. So I've got green, I've got red, I've got all sorts in there. So that all went into that paste, so I'll publish the paste. We are going to take, we're going to cook some of that up, but first I need to put some, sorry this is open because we had some last night. What did we have on this last night? Can't remember. Anyway, I'm going to steal one of the spoons. I want some of the thick bit of the coconut milk to go in there. I've opened this tin upside down so it's all at the bottom. So we'll get some of that in there and we'll start that melting. And what's going to happen is that will melt and the oils in it will separate and then we'll put the paste in. So that can go in there as well. And start cooking down. So that is the start. And I'd better keep everything together, otherwise it's going to be chaos of that sauce. Right, the last sauce is for pad thai. So, ketchup. Not that authentic, but this is my version. We've got some sweet chili sauce that's out of a bottle. About 100 millilitres of that. That's going in. We have 2 tablespoons-ish, a little bit more of soy sauce. We have 2 tablespoons-ish, a little bit more of fish sauce. We have palm sugar, so that's going in if it wasn't already sweet enough. And then I'm going to put in the juice of 1.5 limes. Now I'm making a little bit more sauce than is on the recipe because when we did this in the week we thought it needed more sauce, so I will change the recipe a bit. Same, so that's 1.5 limes, same ratios, but we might up it a bit, so we'll see how it goes today. But so give that a quick
Thanks, Steve.
Stir around.
Barbecue Medic said he'll take down any questions for us.
Oh, thank you very much, Steve. So that can go on and they can start warming through. Okay, so while
Do you want to set a camera and I'll go and grab that?
yeah, I'll take the camera, I'll show you what else is going on. In fact, I might just turn it round on me if I could work out how. There we go. So Helena's gone to get the handle that I've forgotten. So those are the 3 sauces. So all sitting there, all in our Tefal Ingenio pans. I love these. I've told you about these before. God, it's difficult doing this on your own. But yeah, no handles on them. The beauty of these stainless steel pans, they've got clip on and off handle, and so you can take them in and out of the egg. It's brilliant. We're a bit steamed up on this camera, aren't we? Right. So on this egg, a little bit warm at the moment. There you go. We're up at over 200, but I'm about to put in, and I will zoom around so you can see it. I'm about to put in a wok that has, this is just groundnut oil in there. So I'm going to put that in to start warming that up. There you go. So that'll take a little bit while to warm, but that's got groundnut oil in. I'll pass you back to Helena. You all good?
Yep.
Right. Now we've got a handle, I can give it a bit of stir. So, sweet chili sauce. Just want that basically, we're just trying to get the, it's warming up nicely, trying to get the sugar to melt into the vinegar, get the garlic and the chili to cook, and that will be delicious. I'm going to get another spoon, so I'm going to mix them all up. Our coconut milk is melting down. It's quite thin, this one. It's not gonna, that might not split so well, but we'll work that bit out. And then our final one is our pad thai sauce. That is doing nice. All we're trying to do with this one is just warm it up and get the sugar to melt a bit, which it's doing perfectly. So, right. So while those cook, while our oil warms up, let's get on to the fish cakes. So, oh, by the way, that one goes with that one. Right. These are the noodles we're going to use. They call them stick noodles, but they're just, you can get them from any Asian supermarket. You can probably get them from Tesco's as well. I've got about 220 grams of stick noodles. I've got a bowl here of hot tap water, and they're just going to go in there, and that's all you need to do to them to cook them. They will soak that water up and it will cook them enough. So those will take about 10-15 minutes I'm just going to turn them over so they break up a bit. But those will now cook themselves, and it's not hot. You can see my fingers are in there. It's tap water. Right, let's move some of these bits and bobs out of the way, and we can get on to our fish. I'll put them in there for now. I've got a bowl with these in them. Oh, it's here, right next to me. We'll get onto our fish. Oh, by the way, these little bananas. I saw these in the Asian supermarket. Helena hates bananas, so when she saw these, she was thinking this cook was going to be terrible. But these are called apple bananas, or at least that's what they were labelled as in the Asian supermarket, which is just down the road from me, about 1.5 miles away. Now, there is a Thai dish where you peel these, you coat them in sesame batter, bit of coconut. Helena is pulling the most funny face, if you can see it. A sesame and coconut batter, and then you deep fry them. And they're a Thai street food dessert. So I might do those during the week now. I've bought them. They're not very good eating on their own. They are as bitter as you like. I'm just going to grab my ingredients.
Oh, okay.
So I'm round here. Now I have cheated a bit, only because about half an hour ago it was lashing it down here, and I didn't want to bring the food processor outside in the rain. So I have already food processed some cod, so just cod fillet, 2 tablespoons of my red Thai paste, 1 egg yolk, and a teaspoon of sugar. And that, you can see, is blended down. It's nice and thick. I'm going to use my fingers, but this is going to be our fish cakes. Okay, now to our fish cakes we're going to add 3 things. Let me just wipe my hands.
Did you remember to turn the tap on?
Yes.
Oh, well done.
Thank you. Thai stick beans, or
Snake beans.
snake beans, so long beans basically. So I've got a few of those. I've chopped them up, so we're going to put those in. So they're going in with our fish paste, our mixed up fish. Now the ones I did in the week, the texture was a bit crumbly. So I did a bit of more research, and apparently if the more you blend them, the more sticky the fish goes, and so it will stick together better. So this is enough for 16. We'll probably cook 4, 5, 6. So we'll cook the rest later. So to go with that, I've got some kaffir lime leaves. Now my knife is out here because I brought it out, he says, but I can't see it.
I can't either.
I will go and get my knife. I'm sure I cleaned that and brought that out. Give me 1 minute. I've left my knife indoors. That's pretty rubbish. I'll be back.
Okay.
So talk to people, Helena.
Yeah, so as you can see, there's been quite a lot of prep that he's had to do this morning in terms of Thai street food. Isn't necessarily, it's not difficult, but there's loads of ingredients, so hence I think he's right, he's, can't believe
Right.
I bought bananas.
I cleaned it and left it on the chopping board.
Okay, here we go.
Right, so we've got some kaffir lime leaves. So about 5 of those. I'm just going to stack them all up like that, and then we're going to roll them to make this easier. So you can see like that, and then I'm going to cut them into strips, thin strips. Take the stalks out of the way, cut across them. Oh, smell, if you could smell those, kaffir lime is just, so they can go in with the fish and the paste. And then I've got some Thai holy basil, so I'm just going to chop that up a little bit. I've got good, so many glasses out, it's all tinkling. Right, so we'll get that in. That can go into our mix. Now I did bring, so I've seen it, a spoon, and we're just going to mix that together. Start that, I might actually do it with my fingers.
Do you need to check any of those sauces?
Yeah, we'll go and do that in a sec before this is done. Just going to do this with my fingers, easy. Oh, it smells delicious. So it's getting that Thai, all those Thai flavours in there. Oh, now what you should do is always make sure you've got wet hands when you do that, otherwise it sticks like a bad boy. Right, wash my hands. So, let's have a look at those sauces. We need to run plumbing hot water out here. Whoa. Okay, it's better than nothing. The tap is working, it's not frozen today. Must be pretty damn close though. Right, let's have a quick look at our sauces. Right, that one is Thai, our pad Thai sauce is ready. So I'm going to get a handle and take that off, put that over by the pad Thai. So that's just melted that sugar. So I'm going to come around the back of you, pop that over there. Have a look at that. Right, our sweet chili sauce. I'm going to give it another couple of minutes just to reduce a little bit more, but you can see, beautiful. Now for our Thai,
And that's to go with the fish cakes?
That's to go with the fish cakes. This is to go with, this will be our satay sauce. So I think I've got a thin coconut milk. So, right, into that, we're going to put in a couple of tablespoons of our, probably a bit much, go a little bit, a couple of tablespoons of our, this is our red curry paste. So we just want to get that in there and start mixing that around and clip on. The beauty of these handles, they clip on and off. Oh yes, that's better. Whoop.
Oh, hello.
Nearly had you. So you can see it starting to cook the paste out. So we're going to let this have a couple of minutes. That's simmering away perfectly over there, the sweet chili sauce. Right, so we'll leave that. Cheers everyone, American champagne. Right,
What are you doing next?
so now we're going to do our fish pâtés. Right, so in here, hopefully our oil is nice and warm, it looks like it. So we want to take, and again, better to have wet hands. I'll do it afterwards. So we're going to make small little flat rounds. We're going to pop them in. And they're going to take next to no time at all. Another one going in. I'll probably do 4 or 5. This is so much better than the other day. They just fell apart. Obviously, if you know which order you put them in.
You can generally see,
Yeah.
I think.
I'm just going to wash my hands
Yeah.
again. We'll stick it at those
Can
5.
you shut the lid?
No, you can leave that for a second. I'll come and flip it open, flip them over. They only take like a minute aside, so don't even need to.
Sorry.
Sorry, that was my wet tongs covered in rainwater. That was the rainwater going in. Oh, look at those bad boys. Oh, now I'll shut it for a second. I'll get a plate. I've got a plate falling somewhere. There it is.
So that's what they look like just before they go in.
That's the plate. That's our little dipping sauce pot. Just going to check it. Perfect. Right. Now, don't worry if your dipping sauce appears very runny, because as soon as it cools down, it will start thickening up. So we're going to go
I
into.
guess that's the sugar, isn't it? It'll
Yeah.
oh, you can see
So there's
a bit of
one
loop.
Thai dipping sauce. We'll come back to this pan in a second. Whoa, I'll burn them. Let's go over. I burnt them. I apologise.
Oh no, they look good. Now they look like proper Thai fish cakes now. Sorry, I'm not saying the other ones weren't proper Thai fish cakes, by the way.
Somebody who gets fed all these delicious
I
things
know, I'm
all
not
week
complaining.
long.
I'm not complaining.
Gee. Right, how are they looking?
Should I say like traditional Thai
Like
fish
traditional
cakes?
Thai fish cakes. So how was that? Dish 1. Thai fish cakes with a sweet chilli dipping sauce I'm going to let the sauce cool down a bit. I'm going to come back and take this wok out and change woks in a second. But I think that's a winner.
So
we'll pop that over there.
Joe, I can just see your question. So we have just started by doing some Thai fish cakes. So yeah, they've just come off. So it's just going to change.
Take this wok out the way, put it underneath, just put it out the way. I could empty that oil, but I'm going to do the rest of the fish cakes in a bit. So for now, we'll leave that. We'll have those for our lunch, I think, because they look amazing. Right, back to our satay sauce.
Oh no,
I'll take it off. Right, satay sauce. It's all right, it's a bit of water dripping on it. Right, so we have, at the moment, coconut milk. We have our homemade red Thai curry paste. And to that, we've got a few things to add. So, we've got blitzed up peanuts. These were just, I like the ones with the red skin on. So, we've got those, so they're going in. And we'll get those, start those cooking off.
this is the satay sauce.
Yeah, this is the satay sauce. That's the peanut element of the satay sauce. You want to get those in. You can see that, whoops. Get those in. We've got a bit more
It's palm sugar, isn't it?
palm sugar. So that will go in and start to melt in a second. 3 more ingredients. You did. So we want some fish sauce, the saltiness. So about 2 tablespoons. You know me. My brother on.
Yep.
Morning, Chubby. About 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. I'm going to put in the rest of this can of coconut milk. So I'm going to put the water in and then we'll get the thicker bit out. I need this to cook through. Oops. Right. And then I thought this was quite clever. I've got tamarind paste in here. Now you can buy it in jars already done, but we buy a block of it and it's all got the seeds in. So I don't know if you can see this, but what I thought was, do it here, we put that in, and I need a couple of tablespoons really. I'll put it into this ladle and then we'll try and just squeeze it out. And just keep the seeds in the ladle, hopefully not in the sauce because you don't want to be biting into those. All the eggs are getting hot. I'm just going to take this off and shut the lid for a second. Or Helen's going to shut the lid.
Angus and Oink have just joined.
Wow, morning Angus and Oink. Some of the best rubs. Somebody was asking me last night about, Paul Clay Carpenter, asking me about pulled pork and what rub I liked. And I have to say, my brother-in-law, Rob, cooked one of the best pulled porks I've had. I'm not a big fan of pulled pork. And that was what this whole thing was about last night. I'm not a massive fan of pulled pork. And in the summer, he cooked one. I think I've told this story, but and I was like, oh God, we're going to have pulled pork. And he cooked it on my old Weber barbecue, gas barbecue. But he used Angus and Oink Hot and Hostile, one of their rubs. Oh my God, it was delicious. And then he put a barbecue sauce on at the end, Angus and Oink, glazed and confused, I think it was. Yeah, delicious. So yeah, use their rubs. Some of their rubs are good. Obviously not as good as the Let's Q ones that I sell. But give them a look. If you're after a good rub, you can say that sort of thing. And there's our satay sauce. So I'm going to let that cook down. I might put it on that side because I think it'll be less harsh, but I don't know. Right. So we are 3 sauces in. He says with 4 fingers. 3 sauces in. We have done our Thai fish cakes. Come on, Helena. You know you want to. I'll take one.
How hot are they? Sorry, I just got to be careful.
They're not hot.
They're not? Okay.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry.
They're good. Sorry, I shouldn't do this on camera, but they are.
Oh my God. They're like proper.
bit more dripping.
Thank you. Sorry, people.
Oh, they work.
Mhm.
I've got to make some more because I've got to take a photo. Right. So, on to our next cook. Bit of water in there. While the satay does its thing, I said I was going to do it in the opposite order, but I'm going to do it this way now. I'll do the satay last. So, just drying out my wok. So, it's a different wok, second one. Just sitting in the expander basket. We had questions about this last week. So if you want to use a wok on your egg, you do have to have the expander basket that has that round bit in the middle to hold the wok. They do it for the large and the extra large. Nothing below that, unfortunately. So going in with the wok, I'm going to go in with some peanut oil, groundnut oil, a couple of tablespoons, get that going. And we'll let that heat up a little bit. Right, I'm going to get the ingredients for it. Let's not stretch. Oh. Fish cakes are delicious. Okay. Messiest cook ever, me.
Don't I know it?
Right, keep the eggs up. So, into our hot oil. Starting to warm up nicely. Garlic and ginger. So 3 cloves of garlic, about 1 inch of ginger. Just warming up now. You can see the cook we did last week. Look at all the turmeric, what it does to things. If you're cooking with anything that's got turmeric in, a bit like our red curry paste that's got turmeric in, don't do it in your best clothes.
Or wear an apron.
Wear an apron, yeah. Lovely meat smoke fire apron. I have ordered more. They should be in next week, apparently. Oh, let's cues. They're in the country. They're not here yet, but they are in the country. You would not believe how much time I spent on the phone this week trying to get them out of Holland. Anyway, pork mince. So this is quite fatty because I like it like that. So that was actually, it was belly strips, and I just put them through the mince this morning. So we want to basically cook this off until it starts to brown. So I can leave the lid open at the moment because it's not as hot, it's not too hot. It's just going to melt that fat, get rid of some of that, get rid of some of the water that's in the pork.
Just blowing your nose.
Yeah, you don't need to see me blowing my nose. Great. So just keep it moving in there. We just want to cook it. Right, while that's cooking, let's just go and check our pad thai sauce. Our satay sauce. That is boiling like a good one. Oh yeah. Now, if you want it a little bit darker, use a darker soy sauce. This was a fairly light soy sauce, but you could use a dark one. It will turn it a bit darker. Oh no, that's a lovely colour. Just the steam. I don't think that needs an awful lot more.
Looks good.
Yeah, it looks lush. So, I'm going to take that off for a second. Put it on there. I'm going to grab a little spoon that I have somewhere. It says, or not, it's the case now. And it's a big spoon. And what you want to check is it's got enough heat in it, it's got enough salt in it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I might actually put that on and let that thicken up a tiny bit more, but that is delicious. Don't leave your wooden spoons inside your egg. Right.
Do you need to check this?
Yep. Oh, perfect. Nicely browning. Oh, that's looking good. Right. I think we're ready to go in with some other ingredients. So, So you can see, there are your noodles. Softened up, need a little bit more, so we'll leave them another 10 minutes, 5 minutes. But they're not bad. Yeah, a little bit more. So I might take this off for a bit and let those finish off a bit. Right, looking good. So we're going to go in with some chilli. So these are 2 bird's eye chilies. Fiery. If you're going to touch them like that with your fingers, make sure you wash them before you touch anything else. You know what I'm talking about. And you get that chili coming out. Ah, lovely. Right. What I'm going to do is take that wok off for a couple of minutes because those noodles are a little bit behind. I might actually put that in the egg just to warm it up a little bit. I should have put the noodles in a little bit earlier, so I'm just going to change the eggs here. You didn't hear that? It's me dropping the grate. I'm just going to put the grate in the bottom. Put my noodles in. I'll cook them a little, warm them up a little bit. Right, let me just wash my hands because I've touched those chilies. So, are there any questions?
I haven't seen any so far.
Okay, well, while our noodles are warming, we'll go back to plan A and get the satay done.
Okay.
Since our sauce is so lovely. Right, all good. You can leave everything. I'm going to take the sauce off.
Thanks, Steve.
Right, sauce going off over there. Right, now we're going to thread our skewers. So, over to the table, Helena.
Okie dokie.
Right, so I have some lovely bamboo skewers. Big green egg ones, look at that. I don't know if they even make them or sell them anymore. Had them for a while. What I have here, and I did have to prep this a bit earlier, but I will publish this, is, and this has been marinating overnight. Now I haven't done loads because there's only 2 of us, but the recipe's for far more. So in this we've got a mix, and it's just got pieces of pork fillet. So this is where you are going to get messy. So put them on the skewers. I've got pork fillet. You could do it with pork loin. The marinade is basically some cumin, some coriander. You don't want to overload them.
So I've got a question for you. Paul White, cooking roast pork tomorrow. Best recommendation, please.
Well, Paul White, is it a nice big bit? Has it got a nice skin on it? So first of all, if you want crackling, which everybody wants, best thing to do, take it out of any packet, score it, and if you're going to score it with a Stanley knife. I know you'll have one of those, Paul. Paul lives in Devon, by the way, and has these holiday cottages that I've talked about before that are beautiful. He's actually building a new house at the moment, so I know he's got a Stanley knife because he's building a new house.
Is that all you need to build a new house, a Stanley knife?
It helps. He probably hasn't got a Stanley. He's going to come back now. I haven't got a Stanley, of course he has. But score the skin and then put it in the fridge uncovered overnight, and it will help the skin dry out. So you definitely need to do that. 2 or 3 bits of pork on each one of these skewers, by the way. I'm not the most. There's a book coming out. Marcus Borden has got a book called Skewers coming out. I want to say April. Skewers are going to be the thing this year because Marcus has written a book on it. So look out for that. You can pre-order it on Amazon. I think I've already pre-ordered it. Don't tell Helena. I'm not allowed any more cookbooks.
You know what the rule is? One in, one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not happening that much, is it?
No. Well, that's only a little one. Right, I am now going to wash my hands. So I've got nearly 6. Right. So So yeah, skewers going to be big. Back to Paul's.
He says he's on it.
Oh, get it in the fridge. Do that, and then you've got two options, Paul. You can just do a normal roast. So set your egg up indirect, 180 degrees, roast it, and then turn it up at the end to crackle, up to 220 degrees. Or, I know you have a Let's Q, so you could put it on the Let's Q and spin it. Spin it at like a pork, look up porchetta on my site, 140 degrees for 3 or 4 hours, and then turn it up at the end to crackle it. So you've got two options. There you go. How's these looking? Just gonna give my noodles a stir.
What about that? Oh, you took the other sauce off, didn't
Yeah,
you?
took the other sauce off. That's better. Starting to cook. Sorry, we brought the water out and it's a lot colder out here than we think it is, so it had chilled down. Right, skewers.
You cooking them next? Or?
I'm going to cook them.
Okay.
Now.
Oh, hello, right in front of that.
Huh?
You just stood right in front.
Now, if you want to protect them, you can. I saw a video of a girl. She was basting them with coconut milk. One thing. Just need a bit of tissue.
So, have you written up the recipe for the satay yet?
No.
No. Okay, Ben. We will get.
I'll get on it this afternoon.
Yeah, we'll get on that this afternoon.
In between walks and all that sort of thing. I'm just going to put a bit of oil onto my cast iron so they don't stick. Here we go, and we'll get them on. So the reason I put the plate in is to stop the handles burning.
Ooh.
Do you like that?
Clever.
Now I'm not as good at threading these as some, but hey.
How long are they going to take?
Seconds,
Okay.
a minute or two. So we'll do those and then we'll come back to the pad thai. And then we'll be done. Right.
So, anyone got any questions? And anyone got any suggestions for next week?
What time are we at? No, we're
No, I'm just filling a little bit
doing
of
all right.
time.
Yeah, so we have our lovely satay sauce. That is. Look at that. It's got chilies in there from the red chili sauce. It's got tamarind in there, so it's a bit bitter. It's got fish sauce in there for the saltiness. Helen has put the wrong end of the spoon in.
Yeah, because you've already had it in your mouth. Oh, that's lush. For someone that doesn't really like satay, that's proper lush.
Right, that's going over.
Or as Jenny would say, girt lush.
Girt lush. That's Jenny. Never get Jenny on, do you?
Someone said
Right.
tacos. Mexican.
Tacos. That's funny. 6 years ago today, there's a company called
Capsicana.
6 years ago today, we were hosting a party here with Ben from Capsicana because we were doing the development of tasting of their Mexican sauces. So there you go. Ooh, they're hot. A little bit more on there.
Oh, yeah, sorry Mary, kind of forgot. Next weekend is Valentine's Day.
Is it?
Well, it's Saturday the 13th.
It's not Valentine's Day.
No.
Unlucky. No romance coming out of me. Sorry.
Skewered is out by Marcus on the 27th of April. Thanks for that, David.
Didn't know that. Good, and it would be great. His other book, Food and Fire or Fire and Food, I always get it around the wrong way. Really great. Some good recipes and it's not designed for the big green egg, but in terms of barbecue recipes, it is the best book I've seen. Better than any of the big green egg ones. I don't know what the one coming out, the big green egg book coming out on April is going to be like.
So, I've got a question.
Yeah.
Brisket for a brisket, as I
Yeah.
asked you. Any tips for your first picanha? Don't know whether to slice it into steaks or cook as a whole. Would need leftover options if I cook it as a whole.
Cook it as a whole, reverse sear it. Unless you've got a Let's Q, then rotisserie it. I can't remember what you've got. If you bought one.
You're welcome, Steve. I'd like to do a little bit of public service and remind you all that it is Valentine's weekend next weekend.
Right, so we've gone back in with the pork. Yeah, so I do it whole, reverse sear it, serve it blushing in the middle, picanha is one of my all-time favourites. We do it every course we do here, or we have done it every course we've done here, and everyone is just blown away by it. So
He has got a let's queue.
then you could slice it into 3. They're normally about 1.4 kilos. Slice it into 3, hold one back if you don't want to do it all. Put it on the let's queue with the fat going across the top, get it on and let it spin. You might need to put the spikes on to hold it in place, but spin it, but definitely don't overcook it. Serve it pink. Delicious. 180, 200 degrees. Yeah, delicious. Right.
Yeah, the cookbooks we've just been referring to are the ones by Marcus Bawdon, Bawdon.
They're linked. If you go onto my website, go to product reviews, far right hand side menu for you. Under book review, Marcus's books are on there. I only put books on I like. So if it's not on there, I don't like it.
Well, you might not have seen it.
No,
You haven't
or I
read
haven't
it.
seen it
You
yet.
haven't read every book.
Yeah, well, I know. But I do, I do have the Big Green Egg cookbooks, and neither of them are on there. Because the European one is too chefy, and the American one is just too American.
For you.
For me, and most people, that's the feedback from most people. But the new one coming out on April the 1st might be totally different. I did get to input into it. Yeah, it's everything. Right, here we go. So we're going in with our prawns. So I have some lovely tiger prawns. I've just taken the skin off, shell off the bottom. I've got some pre-cooked prawns because that's what we had. So they're going in. And I'm just going to give them time to cook a little bit. They won't take long at all, especially the pre-cooked ones. Okay. Give those just a minute. Look at the colour changing. They're going to cook so quickly.
Okay, so someone suggested scallops, beef stroganoff, and then maybe a pud for next week. I've actually got pudding in mind, which I'm going to test this
Scallops,
after.
I like the idea of, yeah. Scallops. I know we had a request from Norman for a Chateaubriand and a salmon en croûte. Yeah, we're not made of money, Norman. Yeah, Chateaubriand, no. Salmon en croûte, I don't like salmon. It's not going to happen. Sorry, we might do some other fish, but not salmon. Right, those have all changed colour beautifully. I need my pan handle, which is over here. I'm going to go in with my sauce. Probably a bit early because I've forgotten to do the eggs first, but we'll work that bit out. Should have done eggs first, but well, I've got 2 beaten eggs, so we're going to get those in. They'll cook through, they're fine. Scrambled eggs, look at that. Oh, it's perfect. I'm going to swap sides with you, Helen, and while
Yeah.
that goes, I'm just going to drain my noodles, which are now perfect. Right, keep this moving, get those eggs cooking.
Do you want me to come back the other side? Or
Yeah, you can come back round and we're at right sides again. So this is to coat our noodles. Noodles going in. What's everyone?
Paul White says, if Norman were to courier the ingredients, just saying, Norman.
You like your style, Paul?
Mark, yes, Nick doesn't particularly like, he loves smoked salmon
Yeah.
and salmon in sushi, but he doesn't really like cooked salmon. I know, weird.
Yeah, not one of my faves. Don't know
He
why.
likes other fish.
Right. So our noodles are in there, they're cooked up. We've got sauce in there, we've got our eggs in there, we've got our prawns in there. The head's come off that one. We are going in with some coriander. I'm going to keep, no, I've got some more. Coriander and spring onions. They're going in. And our peanuts. A pad thai is not a pad thai without peanuts. So I'm going to keep some back. Oh, this is looking so much better than the other day as well. A bit more sauce.
So the recipe for this is already up?
The recipe for this is up on the website. I may adjust it because of the sauce. I've done 1.5 times the sauce basically.
Oh, someone else has said Dover sole. It's just if we can get hold of fish. That's our biggest challenge.
We've got the fresh fish van.
Yeah.
We did lobster already. Spoke to him this week and we get a lobster for 20 quid.
Ooh.
Well, we might be doing lobster. He said, I don't know why anyone pays any more than 20 quid for a lobster. We're going to take him up on that.
Right, well, come on then.
Probably be about this big. Right. That.
Or as Claudia would say, ring a ding ding. What are we?
Right, I'm going to take this out. I'll put it on my chopping board to serve in a minute. I've forgotten all about our satay. We'll come back to that. What time are we at? We're running behind.
12:15.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
You did say there was a lot to do and want this done.
Yeah. Oh, I'd say they are pretty good.
Oh, look at the colour of those skewers.
They've charred up nicely. Right, I need...
Morning, Salisbury Egg. Sorry, I don't know your name other than I can just obviously see your Instagram name, which is Salisbury Egg.
Right.
Welcome to the cook.
Our satay skewers. Slightly overdone those because I was doing the pad thai, but you won't do that because you won't be doing 3 things all at once. So, satay skewers. I'm going to put a bit of our peanut sauce over them.
Oh, okay.
Our pan handle there.
So Glenn has just asked, have you tried the cast iron satay grill for the egg?
No, but I have seen it. I don't know if we sell it in the UK. I'm just going to check these out for you.
Bit of quality control.
Yeah. You won't like those.
Okay, okay.
Oh, they're lovely. No. The cast iron satay grill is a grill that's got a shelf on it to do exactly what I've done so the handles don't burn.
I don't think anyone from Big Green Egg is on today. I haven't seen them, so...
No. I mean, I don't know if we do it in the UK. I've not seen it in the UK. Bit of a gimmick, unless your whole business is satay, in my opinion. Right. I have a bowl here. So we're going to go in with some of our pad thai.
Oh, thanks very much for that. So people have said, who needs air travel? Epic effort. Love Thai food.
Get some of those prawns on the top. Just going to leave it like that. I'm going to get a little bit of coriander. And then I do need to take a photo of this because the photo on the website is stolen from somebody else's website. So there you have it. Oh no, you don't have it. Pad thai.
Oh.
Beautiful. Pad thai with prawns.
Okay,
So today's cooks, I don't think I can lift them all up, but they're all there.
okay, so
I'll do them one at a time.
Okay.
Our fish cakes with sweet chilli dipping sauce, which are bang on. Doesn't look so great, but there is a dipping sauce. I didn't bring a bowl to dip, but
Pork.
so pork satay and our pad thai. I think that's good. Right. So, oh, I know what I brought out. Now, toys for the boys, just to add a little bit of colour.
Oh, that's better. That picks out the colour a bit.
There you go. A couple of julienne carrots on the top. How's that? They do all sorts of carrots in Thailand. They're always carved into these magnificent shapes. I can manage julienne with a julienne. That's it. Right.
Okay, so we'll think about some nice cook for next weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Send some ideas through. we'll see what we do. So yeah, hopefully Let's Q's back in stock this week. Large big green eggs are back in stock, so shipping should be a lot faster. Lots of other things are back in stock, so if you want to buy anything, let me know. Thank you to those of you who bought big green eggs through me in the last few weeks. We'll survive. Why are you laughing?
Love you long time.
Who said that? Thank you. Love you a long time, yeah. But yeah.
Pork knuckle.
I've never done a pork knuckle.
No.
But I guess we're running out of things I do know how to do. I mean, I had to learn some of these. So, yeah, absolutely. So we're going to continue with these. We're not opening. We can't open a cookery school. So not until social distance is lifted. I mean, realistically, I don't think we're going to get to open this year. So we'll continue doing these. And you get it all for free. But yeah, I think that is about it for today. She's laughing again.
No, just some suggestions: lamb shanks, something on the rotisserie, or lamb tagine.
I want to do a leg of lamb on the rotisserie.
Okay.
That's something I want to do. We started all of this with a leg of lamb at Easter last year. We cut in. It was great cooking. I must write that one up because I've never written that up.
So lots of people doing chicken wings because it's Super Bowl tomorrow. Of course, we've got the
Of
rugby
course.
this afternoon. So
Yeah.
I've seen quite a few people getting ready for the rugby this afternoon, doing wings as well.
Yeah, wings
so.
in a basket. It's got to be done. We'll be having pad thai and
Yeah.
fish cakes. I must do more fish cakes.
Oh, some pastas. Now, we also were
pasta, great
talking
plan.
about doing some stuff for the kids to cook along.
Oh yes.
So
we've got loads of ideas.
Got loads of ideas, so we need to just try some of those out. We'll probably wait till the weather gets a little bit better because I'm sure kids won't want to be standing
kids don't
around.
want to be out here cooking when it's 5 degrees or whatever temperature it is.
But we've got some good suggestions,
Yeah.
so watch this space.
Perfect. All right.
Okey-dokey.
Well, I think we are done for the week.
Yeah.
So I'm around all week. So if you need anything, just let me know. Give us a shout. I'll try and be on the Facebooks and those things. Please subscribe to us on YouTube. Numbers have gone up a little. Thank you, Franco. He's one I can remember. There are others out there. But yeah, please subscribe to us on YouTube. Then we may be able to do a few more things live, slightly differently. Anyway, but yeah, thank you very much. Enjoy your weekend. Hopefully you don't get too much snow tomorrow, unless you want lots of snow like I do, because I am a big kid, so I want bucket loads.
That's going to cost you a newspaper.
Huh?
That's going to cost you a newspaper if it snows.
Oh, I know. Yeah, my mother-in-law said if it snows, I've got to deliver her a newspaper. So, yeah. Anyway.
A bit of a newspaper. Rock and roll in this house, I tell you.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you next week, 11:30. Thank you.